they tried to handcuff me. They put handcuffs on me. They said that when Jason was going to pay the bench warrant, that he was taking too long, and therefore I could wait at the cell at NCTU whilst.
So they had you in the cells?
No, they put me behind the police van taking me to NCTU. Yes.
Wow.
And I was protesting all throughout though. Eventually he came in time, and I was released. So it was 10 months of back and forth. I mean, the officer, Richard Owusu, I think he embarrassed himself when he was testifying, because some of the questions that was posed to him, he couldn't answer. I mean, there are certain procedures and investigative, processes that you need to follow when you're reconstructing an accident scene.
Yes.
And our lawyer asked him if he understood what a breaking distance is. And based on that, you can determine the speed of the impact when it happens.
Yes.
He said, I don't know anything about braking distance. All I know that every car has a brake.
Wow. Because when you go to driving school, they tell you the braking distance.
Yes.
I think he was being evasive.
No, he probably didn't know.
I doubt he didn't know. He was being evasive because he didn't say. He was asked, do you know that every vehicle has a braking distance? He said, I know every vehicle has a brake. He wasn't being direct.
Look, I bet you didn't know, because it's 1 year for that, I mean, he's got any knowledge.
But that's the scary part, because you're dealing with people's lives here, and you're supposed to be a skilled police officer in accidents, and that's what he said. I mean, he was claiming that he's got so much experience in this, and he knows, and he wasn't even able to determine the speed at which the taxi driver hit me. My lawyer had to tell him, which was over the speed limit even.
And I can't believe with all these facts, they still made you the guilty party.
They still made me the guilty party. And so, after 10 months, the 16th of October, the judge gave out her verdict, and it was not guilty on all the counts that were against me.
Amazing.
I think the issue is most of the time we assume that our officers are not competent, but the fact is they neglect, they shirk their roles.
Yeah.
Because Owusu never believed he would take the case on.
Yeah.
It was when the lawyer started calling him that he realized he had to work.
Yeah.
So when he was asked on the day, which hospital did you refer the accused to, he didn't know. So he actually didn't do his work.
Yeah.
That was the crux of the matter, and they thought she would give in to their bullying and then all that. But we saw in this an opportunity, like how Rosa Parks refused to stand up, and then he got Jim Crow thrown out of the door.
Yes.
We think we can use Kate's issue to start a new movement, a coalition for social justice.
Excellent.
Where we can get all manner of stakeholders on board. So if issues like this arise, you know that there is a group that you can talk to that will back you through the whole process. This 10 months has really been tough on her. If some of us hadn't come out to volunteer our time and effort, I don't know how she would have gone through it. Because that day I had to actually intercept the police van on the road. They were insisting on taking her away. They said, look, we are out of the court's jurisdiction. I had to block them virtually with my vehicle and talk to the prosecuting officer that, look, this is not right. I've got the money. She's here. She's not running away. I billed her. So you go and lift the bench warrant and let me pay.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing people go through. So we've decided to, take this up and then not make it a 9-day wonder, but create a center where people who are in such situations can find some refuge and support.
So out of every bad situation,
something good has to come out.
And you have taken this. Excellent. I'm so proud of you. Seriously.
And the point must be made that it's not all the police officers who...
Oh, no, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. But the majority...
Some of their top officers have actually called in to lend support.
Okay,
that it used to be an opportunity to help educate people on their responsibilities.
And their rights as well.
Right, yes. Because that's the thing, we know we have rights, but if we try to exercise them, they'll even punish you for trying to exercise those rights. But not anymore. I mean, Kate is here, Jason is here, you guys are going to help Ghanaians.
But
with Blakofe on board. I remember you refused to pay for your company documents.
You know, when I was to register my company, I said I wouldn't give them a single backhand. They kept doing go, come, go, come. I sent my boy, go, come, go, come. I got my paper without a single backhand. Why should we, encourage private corruption? I will not.
I think it's important that we start testing the systems in our institutions. Because if we don't, then they will sit on their laurels and they won't work. So this is a test case for us in terms of using the right processes to ask that Officer Richard Owusu is investigated, and seeing whether or not PIPS, which is there to monitor the professionalism of police officers, actually does their work. And I hope that the media will follow this case very closely to see whether or not our systems really work, because the police are our first point of safety, and if we can't trust them, I mean, this affects all of us. It's not just about my story. There are many other people with similar stories, and they just don't feel comfortable coming out with that because they don't trust the system. So it's important that we start trusting our systems and, putting them to the test.
It starts with people like you actually saying, no, I won't take this, I'll fight again. Well done. Thank you, Marvin. Okay, thank you, Jason. I'm so proud.
Thank you for having us on the show.
You're welcome. Always welcome.
Right.
Brilliant. Okay, now every week I sit here saying, thank you, Samtrade. Thank you, Samtrade. So if you